I like playing chess. I'm terrible at it. I never got any good. I never had the discipline or the patience to learn to get to be good at it. But I always liked chess, and I think it's really hard to say. I think I read a little bit about computer chess years and years ago, and it just started to meld with certain images in my mind. I mean, it was basically this whole movie was cooked up in my subconscious when my conscious mind was not aware of what was happening. And you know, right now we're about to go premiere it. I'm going to go see it on a screen with an audience, and I can't really tell you how we got to this point. It all just, a lot of things kind of bubbled up. You know, I think I am trying to revive. I mean, I remember being a kid when computers were it was clear that they were going to become a big part of our lives, but that revolution hadn't, we weren't all attached to all our devices all the time. And I remember the philosophical questions of that time that as a kid were fascinating, of what is it going to mean when we give our lives over to computers, and what are, you know, are we going to teach them to be like us, or are they going to teach us to be like them? And all those questions seem kind of quaint and funny now that we're so deep into the digital age, but I don't think I don't think they've ever been answered. We shot on an old analog video tube camera from 1969, this particular model. And of course you find out, I thought it would be easy and fun. I thought, well, the thing still works. We'll just shoot it the way they shot it then, and you know, then we'll just transfer it to digital and we're done. And of course it was a lot more complicated than that. It's surprisingly difficult to get your mid-20th century technology up and running in the 21st century. Right. But so just many tech headaches, which thank goodness I had a lot of smart people working with me who spent a lot more time figuring out than I did. Because I've been making films on film for the rest of my quote-unquote career, and people always thought that, you know, they said, well, why did you shoot on film? Why do you shoot on film in the digital age? And so there was some contrarian part of me that thought, you want to see video, I'll show you video, but it's going to look like video. And so I just tried to conceive the story in terms of those images that were running through my head on this camera. And I love it. I mean, you certainly couldn't make this movie on any other camera, and I really grew to love it. For years I've been thinking I've really got to figure out how to make a steady living. I mean, I think like most people, I've had teaching gigs, and I've been very lucky to have a couple of Hollywood writing gigs. It's not something I've figured out how to do super sustainably. I don't know when or where the next one might be coming, but that's my favorite way to pay the rent, because you get paid the most for doing fun work. But I mean, you know, where am I going to generate any income this year? I don't know yet. But what's nice about USA Artists is that they, you know, it's somewhat curated. You work with the organization a little bit, and they can find matching grants for you. And so it's just, you know, it's just Kickstarter with maybe a little more of a team behind it and a little more invested behind it. So we had a great time with them, and it worked out fantastically well. We felt very, very lucky to have people come through for us that way. And certainly with a movie like this, I mean, we knew we were making a very strange, in many ways wildly uncommercial movie, and we knew we were not going to get conventional funding for it. So very lucky to live in an age where something like that is possible. Thank you so much.